first product that we introduced in terms of helping to support something we tend to focus on a lot right now because of our body composition and issues that have been cropping up: glucose metabolism, carbohydrate metabolism, the way our body manages insulin. So these are things we focus on. Cinnamon is a natural ingredient that helps to support healthy metabolism in that regard. Berberine does the same. Berberine also has a positive impact on our blood lipid metabolism, things like cholesterol, our total cholesterol, LDL cholesterol levels. So berberine is different in terms of how you dose it versus cinnamon. Cinnamon, you take 1 or 2 capsules a day. That's all you need to do. Berberine, you're going to have to take 1 or 2 capsules per meal. 3 to 6 capsules daily. Okay. That's why you'll see in a moment when the graphic comes up that berberine is available in much larger sizes for that reason, because it will be consumed much more quickly. 3 to 6 capsules per day, whereas cinnamon, 1 or 2 capsules per day. So you look at berberine, up to 720 capsules. And for the quality of berberine we deliver, that's an incredibly efficient price. What I've often toyed with doing, and I know we were working on it, I don't think we ever put it into finished production, was a blend of berberine with cinnamon. That would be good. Where you would get some cinnamon along with your berberine. So if you're taking 3 or 6 capsules of berberine a day, you'd get the equivalent of 1 or 2 capsules of cinnamon. So if we'll sort of, I think we'll resurrect that research, because so many people now use both products. Right. Cinnamon is simple, affordable, 1 or 2 capsules. Berberine, you also want to make sure you take it with meals, because berberine can be, it's sort of a spice extract. It's similar to turmeric, but unlike turmeric, which tends to be very mild to the stomach, berberine could be a little bit more intense for a stomach, so to speak. So I would always take it with meals, 1 or 2 capsules at each meal. That's to get the benefits of berberine, we need to be at least 3 to 6 capsules daily.
We're going to head to alpha lipoic acid. I did have a question from Brenda. I promised I'd ask you, Andrew.